I don't know how to do an intro. Okay, so this is gonna be it. Anyways, so what the hell am I doing? I am doing a YouTube channel, about how to manage stress, and especially stress relating to school. Because I have found that, I mean, I think everybody thinks, but school is stressful, because it is. But, and then I was thinking, you know, maybe I could help other people, manage stress. Anyways, so, and I'm doing this as part of my CAS project. If anybody takes the International Baccalaureate program, they'll know, that I'm doing this. So I'm doing this for my CAS, and I need to do it for 2 years. Anyways, professional. So I thought maybe for this video, I should talk about how to start managing your schoolwork, because over time, if it stacks up, it can get really stressful, and sometimes you don't know how to start to work through it or manage that. So the first thing that I like to do is I like to make a list, and I like to make this list, and I like to put upcoming assignments or tests on it. And I think this helps with visualizing what you need to do, because sometimes it's hard to know and hard to see when it's just in your head. And so when you physically write it down and you can look at it, and then sometimes it's easier to plan for it. So that's the first thing I would do. I would write down my assignments that you need to do, or tests that you need to study for. And then I would might even separate it between classes. And then you can focus on which class is the most important, or which test is the most important as well. So a list is good. The second thing that I would do is that I would start with the easy things first. Because when you start with the easy things, you kind of ease yourself into studying. And so you know, you're not trying to read a whole book in one night, or you know, study for this test and there's 20 pages of practice problems. No, because you're gonna get overwhelmed, and then you're gonna stop, and then you're gonna look at TikTok or, you know, Netflix or something. So that's what I would do. Start with the easy things. You know, just work yourself up. Maybe, you know, you need to read 10 pages tonight. The next night you read 15, 20. You know, just work yourself up. Because biting off more than you can chew in the start is just going to lead you, you're going to choke. Okay, and then you're not going to get your stuff done. So yeah, that's the second thing I would do. The third thing I would do is to ask the teachers for help, because that's what they're there for. And, you know, the best person that you can ask is your teacher. I mean, ChatGPT is great, but it doesn't know what your teacher wants you to study or wants you to, you know, do. So I should, you know, ask your teacher. Yeah. And then once you've asked your teacher, then you should write down what they say. Okay, because, you know, there's 50 things that's going through your mind in one day, and then it all just gets lost. Okay, especially if you have your first class is this one that you have a test in, and then you go to the next classes, and then you forgot what even happened in the last class. And so I would write it down. And then once you've done these things, it's very simple. It takes 5 minutes to make a list. Not even 5 minutes to make a list, but you know, it'll get easier and easier. And then once you've done the easy things, and once you've gotten better at studying, and then you can move on to the bigger things. And I found that it really helped me a lot, because there's a lot to do in the IB program. I mean, especially towards the end of year 2 when we're doing tests and tests and tests, and you really need to know what's on the test, because it's your grade. And then it'll help you in university too, because they're not going to give you a study guide. They're not going to give you notes or anything. You have to sit there and listen to the teacher talk for 2 hours, 3 hours, and then you write down what they say. So yeah, and when you're studying, don't make a commitment to study for 3 hours. Okay, you can, but I would hate to study for 3 hours straight. So, maybe say that you're going to study for 30 minutes, and then maybe, 40 minutes the next time or something, and then maybe an hour, but, I'm going to take a break in between. Read 20 pages, scroll for 10 minutes on TikTok, 10-20 minutes, read another 20 pages. It's like, you don't need to put such high standards on yourself. And I think that's where a lot of people go wrong, is that they assume that they need to memorize the damn textbook in one night. Well, that's just stupid. Nobody does that. So, make time for yourself. And don't take it too seriously. When you are relaxed and when you want to, it's the best time that you're going to learn, and the best time to study. So, don't put too much pressure on yourself. But yeah, just, ask your teachers, make lists, separate assignments and classes, and it should get easier. But what the hell do I know? I'm not a professional. But it's just the things that I've seen that have worked, and it's worked for me. And I've never failed a test before. So, I mean, yeah. But that's what I would do. That's my suggestions. And so, I said at the beginning I would be doing this for 2 years. So what the hell am I going to talk about for 2 years? And I hope when people start to see this video, or they can put things in the comments or whatever, and I hope YouTube lets me have comments, because I know that a lot of other young people, they take comments away for some. I mean, I think it's probably because there's some pretty weird things that people say in the comments. But yeah. So anyways, this video is I hope it's not 10 minutes, and I hope it make it funny. Because nobody's just gonna want to hear me listen. I mean, no, listen to me talk for 9 minutes straight with silence in the background. So, yeah, thank you for watching. All 2 of you, or 3, maybe 4. But I mean, I have 2 years to this. So I hope I have at least 5 people by the end. Yeah, so that's it.